stay. Said maybe if you asked me yesterday, I would handle this.
Episode 3. Twin Flames. A phone rings and vibrates on a computer desk, breaking the silence in a sleepy bedroom. The phone oscillates across the desk. It reaches the edge of the desk and slips off, hanging by the charger cord, swaying back and forth. A red-haired girl opens her big green eyes and rolls over to look at the phone dangling in the air. What time is it? Mckenzie wondered to herself as she sat up on the bed, stretched and yawned. She looked at the guy sleeping next to her and shook her head. I gotta stop letting Julie pick the drinking games. She climbed over top of him and stretched to reach her phone. She missed it a couple of times as it swayed back and forth before reeling it in. She clicked the screen on and smiled at the missed call. She climbed out of the bed and opened her blinds to let the sun warm and light the room. She walked over and synced her spare phone to her speaker and turned on some music to start her day. Mckenzie checked herself in the mirror before video chatting. She was wearing a red crop top, green lace panties, and her hair was a mess. But her sister had seen worse, so she hit the callback button. After 2 rings, Michaela was on the screen smiling back at Mckenzie. "Ladybug," Michaela said excitedly. She was in a white robe, laying on a big couch near a window. Her brown skin sun-kissed, and her outfit full of curls, flawless, as usual. The only trait that screamed that they were sisters were Michaela's big green eyes that matched Mckenzie's own. "Hello, hummingbird," Mckenzie replied with a smile. "Sorry I keep missing your calls." "It's okay," Michaela said, poking her lip out. "I just wish my only sister in the whole world would actually keep in touch a little more, but other than that, it's fine, really." "Ugh. Dramatic much?" Mckenzie said, sticking her tongue out at her sister. "So," Michaela asked while sipping her coffee, "what's new with you?" Not much really. Living my best life, I guess," Mckenzie said, giggling, and she turned her phone so her sister could see the guy still sleeping in the bed. "Oh, my," Michaela uttered, laughing. "Your best life indeed. I'm surprised he made it to 1 in the afternoon. You usually spray them and make them leave by now." "Is it really 1 o'clock already?" Mckenzie asked, and then shouted, "Shit! I'm gonna be late. Ugh, I have so much to do today." She walked over to her closet and dug in the back. She pulled out a water gun and showed it to her sister. "Old Faithful, I see," Michaela said, laughing. "What's it say on the tape you got on the side?" Mckenzie brought the water gun into focus on the phone so she could read it. "No!" Michaela screamed out. "Not fuckboy be gone. You are hell, girl." Mckenzie sat the phone on the dresser, facing the bed so her sister could see the action. She pumped up the water gun and then aimed and soaked the poor guy out of his sleep. He shot up looking confused and wet. "What the fuck, man?" he shouted. "Time to get dressed and leave. Please and thank you," she said, still aiming the water gun with a smile. He got up slowly as both girls were laughing. Mackenzie's door flew open. "What's all this damn noise in here, girl?" Julia stopped and looked at her half-naked dude. "Oh, she sprayed your ass, huh?" Started giggling to herself. "I dismissed your homie last night, so just be happy my girl blessed you before your ass got the hose." The young man looked confused and said, "What's with you chicks, man? And that homie, that was my ride, dude." "Uber," all 3 women shouted at once. They all broke out laughing at the same time. "Come on, my guy, we got moves to make today. Fit that tight ass back of them jeans and I'll walk you out." "Bye, Vinny," Mckenzie said, waving. "My name is Benny," he said before Julia pushed him out the door. "Oh, I know," Mckenzie said under her breath. "What did you say?" Michaela asked. "Nothing, sis," said Mckenzie, shaking her head. "Okay, so what are you running late for again?" Michaela asked while taking another sip of her coffee. "That memorial service for the kids who died a couple weeks back. I went to school with them," Mckenzie said, shrugging. "I saw something about that on the news the other day," Michaela said. "Boyfriend gets caught cheating by his girlfriend, then kills her, then offs himself? Now that's some real First 48 shit." "Bad things happen to bad people," Mckenzie said coldly. She She saw how her sister was looking at her for a response and added, "They treated most other students badly, sis, because they weren't wealthy and high society like them. Plus, that asshole Evan was a womanizing piece of shit." Michaela nodded and said, "I know people who have the same way of thinking." A couple of her clients came to mind. "If they're so bad, then why go, Ladybug?" Mckenzie took a few moments to answer. It just seemed like the right thing to do, I guess. Plus, the whole school's gonna be there." Michaela could tell it was bothering her sister to talk about the whole thing. Must be hard to know people that died so tragically, so she changed the subject. "Have you spoken to our lovely mother lately?" she asked. "The other week," Mckenzie said, "and before you start, you know that woman drives me fucking batshit crazy." Michaela looked up from her laptop as Amy walked in the living room, wearing a long shirt and nothing else. She whispered, "Oh, you're on the phone? My bad." Michaela mouthed, "You're good, I promise," while smiling. "Is that your sister?" Amy asked. Michaela nodded, "Yes." At the same time, Julie just walked back into Mackenzie's room. "Look, bitch, we is running late. Gotta go pay bills, blah, 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 adult, and then we have to hit the party. Plus, I got a paper due. Fuck me. Look, I'm not fucking with these bougie people all damn night, and they better have some food." Julie finished her rant by plopping down on Mackenzie's bed and grabbing some candy from her dresser. "You are always hungry," Mackenzie added, while she looked through her closet for something to wear. "So?" Julie replied while rolling her eyes and popping another piece of candy into her mouth. Julia heard Michaela laughing and looked up at the dresser near the window. "I thought you were off the phone, girl. Sorry, I didn't say hi earlier. I had to get the penis out of the apartment." "No penis past 12 and before 9, Mackenzie said, looking at Michaela and then Julie. "That's the rules," Julie repeated. "I got a question for you two," Julie said. "I know you're sisters, but are you guys like step-sisters or—" Julie let her words trail off. Half of Amy's face appeared in Michaela's camera. "Me too," she said. "This one doesn't talk about her life before moving to Atlanta. For shit. Got me thinking this bitch is Batman with boobies or something." "Hi, by the way." Amy finished speaking and started waving hard in the camera. Everybody laughed, and in perfect unison, Michaela and Mckenzie said together, "We have the same mother and different dads." They have had to explain this to people their whole lives. They were used to it. Mckenzie showed the group a dress, and the girls vetoed it, so she put it back up before speaking. "We got weird looks when we were kids, but mostly from adults. Other people our age really didn't care too much." Mckenzie shrugged her shoulders and showed the group another dress. It also got vetoed. Julia hopped off the bed. "Girl, move. Just let me pick the damn dress." She booty bumped Mckenzie out of the way and started digging in the closet. "Oh, I like her," Amy said, smiling, still half her face in the camera. Michaela pushed Amy's head out of the way before speaking. Mckenzie said it best. "The adults treated us weirder than most other kids ever did. Like there's this one time I got lost at the store when I was a kid. I think Mckenzie was like only 3 years old, and I was 7. A random older white lady that worked there was trying to help me find my mom." Michaela made quotation marks after the word trying. "After about 10 minutes, we found her. I pointed and said, 'That's my mommy,' and tried to run to her. But the lady wouldn't let my hand go and stared at my mom, then looked at me, and then said flat out, 'That's not your mom, dear.' I said over and over, 'That's my mom,' and tried to pull my arm away, but the bitch wouldn't let go. Finally, she said bluntly, 'That lady is white that you're pointing at, and you are a little black girl. That is not your mother. Stop lying.'" "No," Julie said, looking out the closet at Michaela. Mckenzie shook her head in approval as she sat on the edge of the bed. "What did you do?" Amy asked from the background, even though she wasn't visible on the camera anymore. "Well, I bit the heifer on the hand, and when she let go, I ran to my mother crying." "I hope you took a finger too," Julia said from the closet. "No such luck," Michaela uttered, laughing. "But after I told my mother, she told me to watch Mckenzie in a stroller and went over there and cussed the paint off that woman." "I would have smacked her old ass," Amy said from the background. Mckenzie managed a fake laugh. She had always felt terrible about how some people treated her sister for being mixed. Mckenzie got along with everybody, no matter skin color, religion, etc. It was probably one of the only few things their moms instilled in them that she was proud of. About the only thing, really, she thought. She got out of her head when she heard Julie ask Michaela about the journals. What about them? Mckenzie asked. Well, I was asking your sister, does she write in a diary all damn day? Or is it just a Mckenzie thing? Julie said, sticking out her tongue. And then she pulled out a pair of open-toed heels. Girl, these are super cute. Take them. I hate wearing heels, Mckenzie said, laying on the bed. Don't knock a good pair of heels now, Ladybug. A good pair of heels can make you feel powerful. Make you feel like you're in control and you can put any man under your feet, Michaela said excitedly. Mckenzie looked at her awkwardly. They're just shoes, and they hurt like hell after 30 minutes of wearing. Hard pass, Mckenzie said while playing with her hair. Amy pushed her way back on screen. But to answer your question, this one right here writes in hers all the time and guards it like it's gold. She didn't talk to me for like 3 days one time because I picked it up off the table. Now that sounds like some Mckenzie shit, Julie said, smiling. Mckenzie popped up off the bed. Look, guys, it's something we have been doing since we were kids. Writing down everything that happened to us helps us clear our heads. Michaela, taking control of the screen back, said exactly. It's our own brand of therapy. Writing it down and then burning it in a journal when it's full and starting a new one. It's like a new, fresh start on life each time you start a new journal, Mckenzie added. Amy yelled from the background. Still sounds like some sweet 16 shit to me, but if it helps you cope with this messed up world, I ain't gonna judge you, girl. Julia said preach and pulled out a short black dress with a deep V-cut down the middle. This one right here, she said, nodding. Michaela nodded in approval as well. Ladybug, now that's all you, baby. She put some sass on her words and snapped her fingers. Mckenzie stared at the dress. That does not scream sorry for your loss, guys. Girl, this is not the actual funeral, Julie chirped. This is more like a party. Somebody's gonna say some fake nice shit at the start before everybody gets trashed and whispers how they really felt about Chattown's ex-number 1 power couple. Honest to a fault, Michaela snickered. I knew there was a reason I liked you. While the girls were talking, Mckenzie and Julie's doorbell rang over and over. The roommates looked at each other. Mckenzie got up and said, that bet not be Benny. As she left the room, she heard her sister say, at least you got his name right this time. She shot at the bird before she turned the corner. Mckenzie waited her way to the front door, opened it to find no one. She looked around blankly for a few moments. Who the hell is playing around in the middle of the afternoon? There wasn't very many little kids in the apartment complex, she thought to herself. As she was about to shut the door, something caught her eye on the ground. She swung the door back open and spotted a rose sitting on a letter. She picked both up and turned the envelope over to check for a name. All it said was Mckenzie, written in red ink. Who the fuck writes letters in 2022, she said out loud. She looked around outside again before opening the envelope. Inside was a handwritten letter. It read, you don't know me, and that's okay. Many people don't, especially cute women like yourself. So I was at the party the night Kat and Evan died, being invisible, as I am every day. But I saw something weird that night. I saw a red-haired girl coming out of a barn. No big deal, really, other than she was cute. But hours later, Kat and Evan were found dead. Dead in that same barn. I tell you what, I don't know what to make of it all, but I'll keep your secret. But you're gonna do some things for me. Meet me tonight at the memorial service. I'll come find you, and when I do, I'll whisper the code word roses, so you know it's me. Then we can go somewhere to talk. P.S. I hope you like the rose. It reminded me of your hair. Mckenzie turned the letter over, checking to see if there was any more on the back. She then flipped it back and read it over and over again, her big green eyes tracing each word as she absorbed the letter. She was shaken with a mix of emotions. She felt fear, anger, and most of all, excitement. Somebody had seen her that night. But how much did they see? How much did they know? Who was this person? What do they mean they want me to do some things for them? So many questions. Mckenzie had to calm herself down. She took a couple of moments to take some long, deep breaths. Okay, Mckenzie, we can handle this. We gotta find out who this person is tonight. Find out everything they know and who else they've been talking to. After that, catch them at their most vulnerable and take care of the problem. Easy peasy, she thought to herself. Somebody in Chattanooga wants to be my 8th kill? So be it. She had loved hunting since the days her dad took her when she was young. But guess what? Hunting people was a whole new thrill altogether. She was scared but smiling. It was moments like this, the only moments, that she truly felt alive. Mckenzie stood on the porch, chewing on the stem of the rose, lost in thought. She had to write in her journal ASAP so she could organize her thoughts and come up with a plan. She stuck the letter back into the envelope, folded it a couple times, and then put it in her pocket before walking into the house. She made a beeline for the kitchen. The sounds coming from the room let her know everybody was still talking. She put the rose in her mouth and then dug through the full trash can, pushing the letter to the very bottom of the bin. She then tied up the bag and washed her hands in the sink. "Mckenzie, who's at the door?" Julia screamed from the bedroom. Mckenzie dried her hands and went back to her room. "I know your Barbie-looking tail heard me," Julie sounded off as soon as Mckenzie came back through the door. "Sorry, I was taking some meds in the kitchen. I have a headache," she lied. "So who was at the door?" Michaela asked. Nobody. I think some kids were playing around or something." Mckenzie shrugged and plopped down on the bed beside Julia and started playing with the rose, spinning it in her fingers. "What's up with the rose?" Julie said. Mckenzie paused, then lied again. "I found it on my car windshield. Guess Benny left it there." "Dang, sis, you put it on him, didn't you?" Michaela said while she was making it look like she was putting something in and out of her mouth repeatedly, which made Julie laugh uncontrollably. "Both you hoes are just mad that you were flowerless," said Mckenzie while pointing the rose at both of them. "Whatever. Shit. I can get a man's whole ass check after a taste of me, honey. Never mind a flower." "Talk that talk," Michaela added. Mckenzie giggled, then got serious. "I love sister time, but I got tons to do today before we gotta go to that thing tonight, Hummingbird." "Yeah, I hear you, sis. I gotta go do something productive with my life as well," Michaela responded while sitting up straight on the couch. "Talk soon, though, please," Mckenzie said. "Sooner better not mean 3 weeks from now," Michaela said, crossing her arms. I know. I gotta do better," Mckenzie said quietly. "Twin flames, big sis?" "Twin flames," Michaela responded with a smile. "Bye, Julia." "Bye, girl," Julia said, waving at the camera. Michaela closed the laptop shut and looked up as Amy walked in the room. "Your sister is a pretty dope girl. I mean, I've never met her outside of video chat, but she seems so cool. I see a lot of you in her. We are two totally different people, but we have a lot in common too," Michaela said while staring out the window. "You know, I worry about her a lot, all alone out there in Chattanooga. I mean, she found a friend in Julia, which is, by the way, super cool. She's a super bad bitch that don't play, so I know she has my sister's back, but I don't know. There are some real crazy people in this world, so I just hope she's okay." Amy came and sat beside her and rubbed her shoulders. "Your sister's a smart girl that wouldn't put herself in any bad situations, I'm sure," she finished with a smile. "You know what, you're probably right," Michaela said softly. "So what do you want to eat? I'm starving," Amy said, resting her head on Michaela's shoulder. Michaela smiled a devious smile. "Do you want to eat what my mother made?" Amy looked confused. "What? I mean, sure. Hell yeah. Did she send you something?" She ran her fingers through Amy's hair. "She made me." Amy laughed, then looked at Michaela in the eyes as she lay back down on the couch and undid her robe. Amy kissed her from her neck to her breast slowly. Michaela lay back further and watched the sun dance through the windows. She bit her lip as Amy's lips traveled past her stomach, bringing the afternoon of pleasure. After the long midday session, they took a shower together, fooled around some more, then got dressed. Michaela walked into the kitchen, putting on an earring, and noticed Amy's laptop open. "Is that case file they sent over about the missing girls?" "Yep," Amy said from the back room of the apartment. "Just got him in this morning. It's James and me's first case together as partners." Michaela scrolled through the info on the screen and saw something that made her blood go cold. She shouted, "Who's this man in the photo?" "Oh, him? We don't know. John Doe. But a traffic camera got him getting into a van we believe 10 minutes earlier, took a young girl just the other day and stuffed her in the back of it." Michaela stared at the picture with her heart racing. This man, right here in this picture, it was the same man who escorted her, Miss Mercy, to Lipton's suite. She was sure of it. Amy walked in the room. "Want to go grab a drink and some wings at Pop's place, since you made me even more hungry?" she said while kissing Michaela on the cheek. "Sure. Sounds good," Michaela managed to smile while staring at the man on the screen.